Namaste children. Today we are going to learn about rational numbers. Before that, we can check what all number system we are familiar with. Number system means numbers are systematically arranged, and in that the first system was natural numbers. Natural numbers consist of counting numbers. That is, how you start counting? You start counting from 1. Natural numbers also start from 1, then 2, 3, etc. up to infinity. There are infinite number of natural numbers. Now, this was the basic number system, but after inventing 0, we named the new number system as whole number system. Whole numbers. Here the natural numbers are denoted by capital N, where whole numbers are denoted by capital W. And in the whole number, along with this natural numbers, we have a 0. So whole number consists of 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. up to N. Now, why we find this 0? Because in natural number, after counting till 9, we need the number 10. For writing 10, you have to invent 0. 10 means 1, 0, right? So in that you have to find a value 0. Also in 100, you have to write 2 zeros. Like that, to get higher values, we have to invent a new digit, that was 0. And that time, the people thought this was the whole number system. That is why they named whole number system. But it was wrong. There were values less than 0, that is negative values. So after finding there are values less than 0, they named the new number system as integers. The new number system is integers. And it is denoted by the letter Z. This integer consists of negative values, then 0 and positive values. That is, here it is natural number, including 0 it becomes whole number, and along with it negative numbers are called as integers. So integers consist of negative integers, 0 integer and positive integer. This is how negative integers are denoted, Z minus, and this is Z positive, that is positive numbers, positive integers. Now the next level, that is along with these integers, people invented there are fractions in between these digits, and those fractions are named as rational numbers. So our chapter name is rational numbers. These numbers are in the type of a fraction. That means there will be a numerator and a denominator. In rational numbers, we can find numerator and denominator. Now, considering this is not a fourth number system, but we have another number system named real numbers as fourth number system. In that real numbers, this is a subsystem that we will learn in the higher classes. So till this we have to learn natural numbers, that is counting numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. Whole numbers, along with natural numbers we are adding 0, then it becomes whole numbers. Then along with whole numbers we are adding negative values and we will get integers. Now along with this we are adding fractions, that is P by Q form numbers, and we will get rational numbers. Now these digits, that is negative 3, negative 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Here you can't find it in the form P by Q. It is simply negative 3 or 0 or 4. How will you make it as P by Q form? P by Q. Here simply negative 3 means negative 3 by 1. 4 is 4 by 1. So in integer number system also you can find they are in the form P by Q. And in between these two digits there are smaller values of in the form P by Q. That is, in between 0 and 1, you know it is half, right? Half is 1 by 2. 0 and 1, between them you will get half. Half is 1 by 2. It is in the form P by Q. That is, it have a numerator and it have a denominator. Now what about the 0? How can you write it as P by Q form? If you want to write the 0 as P by Q, you can write 0 by any number. Even you can write 0 by 100, or you can write 0 by 9 or 0 by 13, like that. Any number you are writing as denominator and you will get the result as 0. 0 by any number. If 0 is divided with any number, you will get result 0. But remember, any number, that is, you can take 14 divided by 0, or 6 divided by 0, or 2 divided by 0, for 1 divided by 0. These are all not defined. This is not the form you have to write the P by Q. That is, Q must not be 0. That is, for any number you can't divide it with 0. But 0 you can divide with any number. The result will be 0. But a number you can't divide it by 0. That is Q, or denominator. Q means denominator here. Denominator must not be 0. If there is a question like this, that is, you have to find a value 1 by 0, the answer will be, it is not defined. Don't write it as equal to 0. Just write it is not defined. Here, if the question is 0 by 100 or 0 by any number, you can write the answer as 0. Now, coming to properties of rational numbers. As usual, the first property is the closure property. Closure means it must be closed. You have checked it for natural numbers or whole numbers, integers. You have checked the closure property. Let us have a look at it. In the case of whole numbers, while we are checking closure property for addition, whole number means 0 plus 5. Both are whole numbers. Or 5 plus 7. Both are whole numbers. Here 5 and 7 are whole number, 0 and 5 are whole number. And in closure property, what does it say? It says the result should also be whole number. Here the result is 5, here the result is 12. And the result is also whole number. So we can say, in case of whole number, in addition, it is closed. Now what about whole number subtraction? Whole numbers addition is this. What about subtraction? That is, let us check. 6 minus 5, result is 1. Both are whole. This 6 and 5 is whole number. 1 is also whole number. But what about 0 minus 5? The result. Can you subtract 5 from 0? If you are only considering whole number, you can't subtract 5 from 0 because whole number line is starting from 0. This is whole numbers. So you can't subtract 5 from 0. We have no numbers here. Considering whole numbers. This is a whole number line. So here you can't get the result. So you can say subtraction is not closed for whole numbers. Now next, multiplication. What about 0 into 5? This is multiplication of whole numbers. 0 into 5, the result is 0. Yes, it is also a whole number. Now what about 7 into 6? Both are whole numbers. The result is also whole number. So multiplication is closed for whole numbers. This is closed. This is closed. What about division? In case of division, what is 10 division 5? Result is 2. So this is whole number. This is whole number. This is also whole number. But what about 5 division 8? That is 5 by 8. Is it a whole number? Can you see that fraction in whole number line? No. It is not in whole number line. So this result is not a whole number. So Subtraction and division is not closed for whole numbers, but addition and multiplication are closed for whole numbers. Now what about integers? Integers closure property. Integers. In case of integers, addition. In addition, let us check minus 2 plus 3. How will you add this? Integers addition. Remember, integers have negative values 0 and positive values, right? And in integers, if you are adding two digits, if both are negative, you have to add the number and put negative sign. That is, if both are negative, you will add these numbers and put negative sign. If both are positive, you will add this number and put positive sign. Positive sign here simply 2 means it is positive 2. Okay. Now if one is negative and the other is positive, you want to subtract smaller number from bigger number and put the sign of bigger number. Here 3 is the bigger number and the sign of 3 is plus, so the result will be plus 1. If it was like this, again one is positive and one is negative. Here again you want to subtract. If addition of two different signs are given, you have to subtract smaller number from bigger number. Don't want to add. Just subtract smaller number from bigger number and put the sign of biggest number. Here in 2 and 3, 3 is the bigger one and the sign of it is negative. This is the result. Anyway, considering addition, let us check that closure property of integers. Yes, negative 2, negative 3 are integers. The result negative 5 is also integer. Here 2, 3, 5 are integers. Negative 2, 3 and positive 1 are integers. 2, negative 3, negative 1 are integers. So you can say in addition, integers are closed or it satisfies closure property. Now what about subtraction? Let us check subtraction. Subtraction of integers. What will you do? If these same questions are in subtraction, I'll write the first one, negative 2 minus negative 3. Here it was addition, here I made it as subtraction. Now in the case of integers, whenever you see subtraction, first you want to change it to addition. So if the question is like this, that is the question is like this, then you have to make this as addition. Then only you can do the operation. While you are changing it to addition, you can't simply change the addition, subtraction to addition. You have to do one more thing. You want to change the next number's sign to it opposite. That is, here it is negative 3. You have to make it as positive 3. Now the result is addition of two digits with opposite signs. So what will you do? Here one is negative, one is positive. So subtract smaller number from bigger number and put the sign of bigger number, that is positive 1. Now next question, 2 minus 3. Here again subtraction. So first you have to make it as addition. That is 2 plus. Now change the sign of the next number. That is, here it is 3. While changing the sign, you will get negative 3. And the result will be, here one is positive, one is negative. So subtract smaller number from greater number. The result is 1. And put the sign of greater number. Here 3 have sign negative. So the result is negative 1. Now next question in subtraction. Negative 2 minus 3. Again change this subtraction. Keep this negative 2 as it is. Negative 2 is negative 2 itself. Now subtraction changes to addition. And then this 3 becomes negative 3 is equal to. Now addition of same negative sign numbers. That is, both are negative. Then you can add the numbers and put negative sign. Now one more question is there. That is 2 minus 3, which is equal to 2 minus 3. It becomes 2. The subtraction changes to plus. Now negative 3 changes to positive 3. 2 plus 3, you know, 2 plus 3 is 5. So look, in subtraction, here this was the questions. -2 and -3 both are integers. The result was +1. It is also an integer. 2 and 3 are integer. This is -1. It is also an integer. Here again -2 and 3 are integers. Here -5 is also integer. Here 2 and -3 are integer. 5 is also integer. So we can say integers are closed under subtraction also. But you remember, whole numbers were not closed for subtraction, but integers are closed for subtraction. Now next, what about integers multiplication? Let us check whether it is closed or not. Integers multiplication. In case of multiplication, let us consider two numbers. Let us take these examples itself. Let us -2 into -3. Both are negative. The result will be, by multiplying, here it was addition. If both are negative, the result will be negative in case of addition. But in multiplication, if both are negative, the result becomes positive. That is, negative into negative is positive. 3 2s are 6. Now if both are positive, again the result will be positive. If signs are both negative, the result is positive. If signs are both positive also, the result will be positive. Now when will we get the result as negative? If one number is negative and the other is positive, the result will be negative. So negative into negative, positive. Positive into positive also positive. But negative into positive is result negative. Now check, in case of multiplication, you are multiplying two integers, but the result or the product is always an integer. So you can say, in the case of multiplication, integers are closed. But what about division? Division of integers. Let us check. Again, what is -10 division -2? The result is, here again negative division negative, the result will be positive. Positive 5. Now what about -10 division 2? One is negative, one is positive. So the result will be negative. Negative 5. Here in multiplication and division, the result sign is in same method. That is, 2 negatives, the result will be positive. 2 positives, the result will be positive. 1 negative and 1 positive, the result will be negative. It is same in multiplication and division. But for addition and subtraction, it is something different. So remind these things. Now, what about 2 division 5? The result is 2 by 5, right? If you are given the question 10 division 2, how will you write? 10 is inside this, 2 is outside this. That is, 2 is the divisor and 10 is the dividend, right? 2 is divisor, 10 is dividend. You will get the quotient as 5 and remainder 0. So 5 is the result. Now if it is 2 division 5, 2 is dividend and 5 is divisor. So you can't divide it directly. You want to put the decimals and all. So anyway, this you can't get a integer here. In the integer number line, you will just see 0, positive numbers and negative numbers, not the fractions. This is a fraction here. And fraction comes under rational numbers and not in integers. Integer means only negative integer, 0 integer and positive integer. But here we get the result a fraction in division. So we can say integers are not closed for division, as the result is not an integer. But in case of addition of integers and subtraction of integers and multiplication of integers, we always get the result integers. So we can say they are closed. But in case of division, here we didn't get the answer as an integer. So this is not closed. Now next is properties of rational numbers. What is a rational number? We have learned that a rational number is a number which can be written in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0. I told you before, it can be written in the form P by Q, that it is a fraction. It have a numerator and also a denominator. But one condition is that if P and Q are integers, then in case of Q, it should not be equal to 0. Q must not be equal to 0. But P can have value 0 or any other integer. Now, coming to addition of rational numbers, let us check whether it is closed or not. That is, let us check whether it satisfies closure property. Closure property. Now let us consider two rational numbers. Let it be 2 by 3 plus 3 by 5. Now if you get a fraction like this, you want to first do the cross multiplication to find the sum of these two fractions. How will you do the cross multiplication? The cross multiplication is, first you want to multiply this numerator into second fraction's denominator. That is here 2 into 5. Now the middle part, that is here addition. So you will write addition. Then this is 2 into 5. Next this plus. Now next this 3 into 3, that is this numerator into the other denominator of first term. That is this 3 into this 3 divided by, that is this division, and then product of two denominators, that is 3 into 5. The result will be 2 5s are 10 plus 3 3s are 9 by 3 5s are 15. Here look, you should not add this 5 plus 3 first, because in Bodmer's rule it says if there is any bracket, you have to do the operation inside the bracket. Then this is off. Off means exponents like that. Now that we will learn later. This is division. If there is any division, you have to do the division first. Now next, if there is multiplication, then you have to do multiplication. Then only it comes the addition. This is brackets of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Now here it is addition, but it comes after multiplication. So first you have to do the multiplication. Here the multiplication is 2 into 5, that is 10. Now put this addition sign here. Now 3 3s are, it is also multiplication. So 3 3s are 9 by 5 3s are 15. Now next is 10 plus 9, 19 by 15. This is the result. 19 by 15. What about the 19 by 15? Is it a rational number? Yes, it is a rational number. It is in the form P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. So while you add two fractions, that is add two rational number, you got the answer a rational number. So it is closed, but before that we will check some more questions in this addition so that you will get more familiar with addition. Now what about negative 2 by 3 plus 5 by 7? Here also, look, first you have to check the denominators. Here also the denominators are not same. If it was like this, that is 2 by 3 plus 5 by 3, it is so simple because here the denominators are same. So you can directly say that this is You want to take down the same denominator here. Don't add this. Just write the same denominator here in the answer's denominator. Then only add numerators. That is 2 plus 5 is 7. So if denominator are same in the question, write down the denominator, then add the numerators. Here it is not same denominators. So first we want to make it as same. That is why we are doing the cross multiplication here. Here also we will do the cross multiplication. So it was this numerator into second denominator. That is negative 2 into 7. Now plus is the plus 5 into 3. 5 into 3. That is this numerator into this denominator. Whole divided by 3 into 7. 3 into 7. Now the result is negative 2 into 7. That is 7 2s are 14. Negative into positive, negative. This plus 5 3s are 15. Divided by 7 3s are 21. Which is equal to negative 14 plus 15. One is negative, the other is positive. So smaller number subtracted from greater number and put the sign of greater number, that is plus 1 by 21 is the answer. Now coming to next type, that is if it was like this, 2 by 3 plus 5 by 6. Here you don't want to cross multiply it. Here you did the cross multiplication because check the denominators. Here it is 3, here it is 5. Both have no common factor. Here also 3 and 7, no common factor. So you are doing the cross multiplication method. But in this case, while you check the denominators, you can see it have common factors. That is 3 have a factor 3, 6 have a factor 3. 3 into 2 is 6. So 3 is a factor of 6. So in these cases, that is if you get composite numbers in denominator, you don't want to do the cross multiplication. You do the cross multiplication while denominators are prime numbers. In this case, you consider these denominators and find their LCM. 3. How will you find the LCM? Prime factorization. In 3, 3 goes 1 times. So this 3 can be written as 3 raised to 1. 1 3 is this. So we are writing 3 raised to 1. Now this 2 3s are 6. Now in 3, 3 1s are 3. So 6 can be written as 6 is equal to 2 into 3. That is 2 raised to 1 into 3 raised to 1. Now LCM is equal to, you want to write down all the factors occurred here. Here 2 is there and 1 3 is there. Now check which is the highest power. 3's highest power is 1. So write down 1. 2's highest power is 1, which is equal to 6. Now this is the LCM of this denominator. Now if you factorize a number and you get like this, and another number if you factorize, let it be like this. Then how will you write? How will you write the LCM? Here there were only 1 3 and 1 2 and here also 1 3. So first you have to write all the factors which appeared here. So that is 2 and 3. Now taking their highest power, that is here it was 1. Now in this case, this number be x and this number be y. Then x is 3 into 3 into 3 into 5. 3 into 3 into 3. That is 3 raised to 3. 3 into 3 into 3. 3 is multiplying 3 times. Into 1 5 is there. So 5 raised to 1. Now this number, that is y, is equal to, how many 2's are there? Only 1 2. So 2 raised to 1 into, how many 3's are there? 3 into 3. 2 3's. So 3 raised to 2. Into, how many 5's are there? 2 5s, that is 5 raised to 2. Now in this case, what will be the LCM? Here you want to write down all the factors first. 2 into 3 into 5. These are all the factors which appeared here. Now from that you want to check which is the highest factor, highest power. In case of 2, the highest power is 1. But in case of 3, here you have 3 square, here you have a 3 cube. Which is the highest number? This is the highest power, right? The other one is 2. So 3 is higher power. So that you have to write it down. Now in case of 5, you have 5 raised to 1 and 5 raised to 2. Which is greater one? 5 raised to 2. So write 5 raised to 2 here. Which is equal to this 1, 2, 3 3s. 3 into 3 into 3 into 5 square. That is 2 5s are having. 5 into 5. And the product will be the LCM. So this is the way how you get LCM. So here it was simple because all the powers were 1. So I did another example to show you how to do LCM with some more powers or some more factors. So leave this. Now consider this one. Here we got the LCM 6 for this question. Now next is to make the denominator to this LCM. If a question is given like this, first you will take these two denominators and find the LCM. Then you want to make each denominator to this LCM. This is 2 by 3. This 3 you should make it as 6. How will you make it? You want to multiply this 3 with 2. 3 2s are 6, right? But listen, whatever you do in the denominator, you have to do with numerator also. Then only it will balance. So you are multiplying this with 2 to make it as 6. So you want to do into 2 in the numerator also to balance this fraction. Now plus 5 by 6. This is already 6 and we got the LCM 6. So no change, that is 6 into 1. Here also into 1. This become 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6 plus 5 1s are 5, 6 1s are 6. Now look, here the denominator was same and you can write down the denominator in the answer and add the numbers in the numerator. This was the method. That is what we are going to do here. That is 4 plus 5, 9 by 6. This is the result. Now 9 by 6. Here this is not in the least form or standard form. Standard form means, I will give you some examples. 2 by 3 is a standard form. 7 by 3 or 5 by 3 is standard form. 19 by 15 is standard form. 1 by 21 is standard form. But 9 by 6 is not standard form. So the difference is, standard form means there should not be any factor between numerator and denominator. It must be the least form. Here in 9 and 6, 3 is a common factor because 9 is multiple of 3, 6 is multiple of 3. So cutting it with 3, you will get in 9 how many times 3? 3 times 3 by in 6 how many times 3? 3 2s are 6. So 3 by 2 is the final answer. This is also correct, 9 by 6. Till this is also the correct answer. But if you want to write in standard or least form, you can divide it with common factors. Here the common factor was 3. So dividing with it, you will get 9 by 3 is 9 division 3 is 3 and 6 division 3 is 2. So the least form of this fraction is 3 by 2. Now check. Here it's fraction, that is rational number. Here also rational number. The result is rational. Here rational, result is rational. Here rational, this is rational, this is also rational. Now these two are rationals and the result is also rational. So you can say rational numbers are closed for addition. Now let us check subtraction of rational numbers. Minus 5 by 7 minus 2 by 3. Here, as in the addition, you have to check the denominator. It is different. So you can't directly subtract it. First you have to make it as same denominator. But look, here it is prime numbers. That is, we have a choice for cross multiplication. Negative 5 into 3. That is negative 5 into 3. This minus 2 into 7. 2 into 7 by, this minus is this subtraction, by 7 into 3. Which is equal to negative 5 into 3 means 5 3s are 15. 1 is negative, 1 is positive. Result will be negative. Now this subtraction, 2 7s are 14 by 7 3s are 21. Now this is subtraction. Remember, whenever you see subtraction, you have to change it as addition and change the sign of next number. Here it is 14. So you have to change it as negative 14 by 21, which is equal to, now both are negative numbers. Addition of negative numbers, two negative numbers is simply add the number and put negative sign and by, this is by 21 here. So this is the result. Now from this you can see that if you subtract two rational numbers, then the result is also a rational number. If A and B are two rational numbers, then A minus B is a rational number. Before we see, if A and B are rational numbers, A plus B is also rational number. So here subtraction is closed in the case of rational numbers. Now next, let us check multiplication of rational numbers. Negative 2 by 3 into 4 by 5. The multiplication is much more easier than addition and subtraction because you can directly multiply the numerators and denominators. That is the method. Here, product of numerators, that is negative 2 into 4, negative 8. 5 into 3, 15. This is the result. Now what about 3 by 7 into 2 by 5? 3 2s are 6 by 7 5s are 35. This is the result. So you can see for any rational number A and B that the product, that is A into B, is also rational number. So it is closed under multiplication also. What about division? Next is division. That is negative 5 by 3 division 2 by 3. Do you remember how to divide two fractions? We had studied it. I will tell you how. Whenever you see division, you want to change it into multiplication. Here, whenever you see subtraction, you are changing to addition and changing the next number's sign, right? Here it is 14. So you are making it as negative 14. If it was subtraction and negative 14, you will make this addition and this negative 14 becomes positive 14. That is, whenever you see subtraction, you will change it to addition and change the sign of next number. In case of division, whenever you see division, you can make this to multiplication and the next fraction, you should make its reciprocal. Reciprocal means 2 by 3's reciprocal is 3 by 2. Okay. Now you can do the multiplication. It is simple like this. Negative 5 into 3, negative 15 by 3 2s are 6. This is the result. Next, 2 by 7 division 5 by 3. Here it becomes 2 by 7. This division changes to multiplication. And whenever you change a division to multiplication, you want to make next fraction to its reciprocal. That is 5 by 3 becomes 3 by 5, which is equal to 2 3s are 6, 7 5s are 35. 6 by 35. Now next, negative 3 by 8 division negative 2 by 9, which is equal to negative 3 by 8 into this changes to reciprocal, that is 9 by negative 2, which is equal to 3 9s are 27. Here negative into positive, negative, by 8 2s are 16. Negative into positive, negative. Now, do you remember what is negative division negative? Negative into negative is positive. Negative plus negative is negative. Negative division negative is also positive. Here both are negative, so the result will be 27 by 16. This is the method. Now, can you say division is closed? No, because we are considering the fractions, and in that numerator and denominators are integers here. So you must consider the case of 0 also. We before saw that we can't divide a number with 0 and the result is not defined. If the result is not defined, that is any integer by 0, the result is not defined, you can say that rational numbers are not closed for division, because here the result is not a rational number. If it was a rational number, you can say rational numbers are closed. Here the result is not defined, so we can say rational numbers are not closed under division. Next is commutativity. In case of whole numbers, we can see addition. That is, let us check. Commutativity means A plus B is equal to B plus A. This is what commutativity says. Now let us check what happens to the addition of whole numbers. That is, whole number means 0 plus 5, and let us check 5 plus 0. Both the answers are 5. It is equal. For whole numbers, we can say they are commutative. Now what about subtraction of whole numbers? 0 minus 5, and let us check 5 minus 0. 0 minus 5 is, that is in a number line, here lies the positive, here lies the negatives. Now 0 minus 5, that is less than 0. Result is negative 5, right? Now 5 minus 0, 5. Is it equal? Not equal. So A minus B is not equal to B minus A in the case of whole numbers. They are not commutative. Now next, multiplication of whole numbers. Let us check whether it is commutative or not. Multiplication. 0 into 5 and 5 into 0. Both are 0. Now next is positive 3 into 2 and 2 into 3. Both the result are 6. So we can say in the case of multiplication, it satisfies commutative law. That is, multiplication is commutative for whole numbers. Now what about division? Division. 3 division 2. Is it equal to 2 division 3? No. I'll do another example and show. That is 10 division 5 is equal to 2. And what about 5 division 10? Is it 2? No. So this is not equal. How will you do the division? If the question is 10 division 5 or 3 division 2, what will you do? This 3 you should write inside long division, and 2 is divisor, so keep it outside. Now check how many times we can multiply to get this 3 or this dividend. This is dividend and this is divisor. How many times? 1 times. Balance is 1. Now what about 2 division 3? That is 2 is here. 2 division 3 means 2 is here dividend and 3 is divisor. Can you multiply any number to get 2? No. So you have to put decimal and all. So this is not equal. So you can say division is not commutative for whole numbers. Now in the case of integers, let us check a plus b and b plus a. Integers. Five plus minus 3, and let us check, is it equal to minus 3 plus 5. Here bigger number is 5, smaller number 3. Subtract smaller number from bigger number and put the sign of bigger number. The result will be 2. Here also the result is 2. So it is equal. So in the case of integers, a plus b is equal to b plus a, that is, it is commutative. Now next, subtraction. 5 minus minus 3 and minus 3 minus 5. 5 minus minus 3 becomes 5 plus plus 3. Addition and changing the sign. Now here again it becomes minus 3. This subtraction becomes addition and this becomes negative 5. Now here both are positive, so 8 is the answer. Here both are negative, so negative 8 is the answer. This is not equal. So a minus b is not equal to b minus a. That means subtraction is not commutative for integers. Now what about multiplication? Multiplication. 5 into negative 3 and let us check negative 3 into 5. 5 3s are 15. 1 is positive and 1 is negative, so minus. Here again 5 3s are 15. 1 is positive and 1 is negative, negative. Both are equal. So a into b is equal to b into a. That is, integers multiplication is commutative. Now division. What about division? What is 5 by negative 5 by 0 or 0 by 5, negative 5? Is it equal? No, this is not defined, and this result is, this is not defined. And this result 0. This is not equal. Not defined and 0 are not equal. So we can say division is not commutative. Next, rational numbers commutative law. So rational numbers addition. Negative 2 by 3 plus 5 by 7. We want to check whether it is equal to 5 by 7 plus negative 2 by 3. Here, again, look, the denominators are different, so you have to do the cross multiplication as they have no common factor. So negative 2 into 7, this plus 5 into 3 whole divided by product of two denominators, that is 3 into 7, which is equal to negative 2 into 7. 7 2s are 14 and negative sign. This plus 5 3s are 15 whole divided by 21, which is equal to negative 14 plus 15 in the numerator. That is, smaller number subtracted from greater number and greater number sign. So 1 by 21 is the result. Let us check whether this is equal to 1 by 21. Here again, cross multiplication. 5 3s are 15 plus negative 2 into 7, negative 14 by 7 3s are 21. It is numerator into this denominator, this plus, this numerator into this denominator, whole divided by product of denominators. Here again, smaller number subtracted from greater number, put greater number sign by 21. Both are equal. That is, addition is commutative for rational numbers. Now next, let us check subtraction. 2 by 3 minus 5 by 4. Let us check whether it is equal to 5 by 4 minus 2 by 3. Here, cross multiply. 2 4s are 8. This subtraction here, 5 3s are 15 by 3 into 4, that is product of denominators, 3 4s are 12, is equal to 8. Subtraction becomes addition and this 15 changes to negative 15 by 12. Now subtract smaller number from greater number, and that is 7. Greater number sign is negative by 12. Negative 7 by 12 is the answer. Now let us check it with this. Here also cross multiplication. 5 3s are 15. Subtraction. 2 4s are 8 by 4 3s are 12. Now again 15. The subtraction changes to addition. This becomes minus 8 by 12, which is equal to 15 minus 8. 7 by 12. Here the greater number sign is plus. So this is positive 7. Here the greater number sign was negative. That is the result is negative 7. Both are not equal. That is a minus b not equal to b minus a in the case of rational number. So they are not commutative. Now multiplication. Negative 7 by 3 into 6 by 5. Let us check whether it is equal to 6 by 5 into negative 7 by 3. Negative 7 into 6 is negative 42 by 3 5s are 15, and here 6 into negative 7 again negative 42 by 5 3s are 15. Multiplication is so simple. Just multiply the numerator, division, multiply the denominator. That is the method. Don't want to cross multiply or find LCM. You can directly multiply numerators and directly multiply denominators. But check, always multiply a numerator with other numerator. Don't multiply denominator with numerator. You can multiply numerators and then put a by here, then multiply the denominators. Now next question. These are equal, that is a into b is equal to b into a, so they are commutative. Now what about division? Division, negative 5 by 4 division 3 by 7. And let us check 3 by 7 division negative 5 by 4. This becomes negative 5 by 4. Whenever you see division, change it into multiplication and make this as reciprocal. 3 by 7 becomes here 7 by 3. Why? Because we made it multiplication. And here it becomes 3 by 7. Division changes to multiplication and this becomes 4 by negative 5. And the result is negative 5 into 7, negative 35. By 4 3s are 12, which is equal to 4 3s are 12 by negative 35. Both are not equal. These are not equal. One is 35 by 12, other is 12 by 35. So you can say division is not commutative for rational numbers. Now next is associativity. Now let us remind that we have already learned associativity. Associativity means pairing of numbers. That is, if it is a into b into z, which is equal to a into b into c, but here we will pair first. This is associativity of multiplication. If it is addition, a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Here also we pair it. The results should be equal. So, in case of whole numbers, addition is associative. In case of whole numbers, we have already checked in the previous classes, that is addition is associative, but subtraction is not associative. Multiplication is associative, that is LHS part we'll get is equal to RHS part. Left hand side of equal and right hand side of equal are equal, we will get. That is associativity. Now division, in the case of division, in whole numbers, division is not associative. Now integers, again addition is associative, subtraction is not associative. While we pair like this, the result will be varying. I'll show you one example of subtraction. 5 minus 7 minus 3, and let us check if it is equal to 5 minus 7 minus 3. Always remember, by BODMAS rule, first you have to do the brackets. That is 5 minus 7 minus 3 is 4. Here 5 minus 7, the result is 5 plus minus 7. 5 plus minus 7 is minus 2 minus 3. Now this becomes 1 and this is minus 2 minus 3. It becomes minus 2 plus, when you make it addition, change the sign here. So minus 2 plus minus 3 is minus 5. Both are not equal. So subtraction is not associative for integers. Now multiplication is associative. That is, a into b into c will be equal to a into b into c. While we multiply these two numbers into c, that is, if it is, we want to check negative 1 into 2 into 3. Negative 1 into 2, negative 2 into 3. That is, the result is negative 6. Here negative 1 into, first we will multiply this part. Here we multiplied this one. Now in the bracket 2 3s are 6. Negative 1 into 6 is negative 6. Both are equal. Equal. Not. So you can say a into b into c is equal to a into b into c. That is, multiplication is associative. What about division? Division is not associative. That is, a division b division c. When we pair this and a division b division c, while we pair this, the result will not be equal. So they are not associative. Now coming to rational numbers, let us do with examples. Negative 2 by 3 plus 3 by 5 plus negative 5 by 6. That is LHS part, which is equal to negative 2 by 3 plus 3 by 5 plus negative 5 by 6. You have to check. This is LHS and this is RHS. We can check whether LHS is equal to RHS. That is it satisfying associativity? That is pairing of fractions. Now taking LHS, here the bracket is this. So first we will do that. Carry down this negative 2 by 3 plus, inside the bracket you should apply cross multiplication. That is 3 6s are 18. This plus negative 5 into 5, negative 25, whole division 5 into 6, 30, which is equal to negative 2 by 3 is there, plus inside the bracket 18 plus minus 25 is in numerator. Then smaller number subtracting from greater number and putting the sign of greater number, you will get negative 7 by 30. Now here we have negative 2 by 3 plus negative 7 by 30. Considering this denominators, you can see you don't want to do cross multiplication, but you have to find the LCM. How will you find the LCM? 3, 30. 3 is 3 raised to 1. And 30 is factorizing with prime numbers, that is 2 15s are 30, 2 here 3 5s are 15, now 5 1s are 5. 30 can be written as 2 raised to 1, only 1 2, so 2 raised to 1 into 3 raised to 1 into 5 raised to 1. Now LCM is all the common factors, that is 2, not common factors, all the factors, that is 2 into 3 into 5. Here in these two numbers we get the factors as 1, 2, 3 and 5. Now consider their greatest powers. Here the greatest powers are 1. Power means this. Now 2 raised to 1 into 3 raised to 1 into 5 raised to 1. 3 2s are 6, 5s are 30 is the LCM. Here it is already 30, so into 1 into 1. Here it is 3. To make it as 30, you will multiply by 10. Whatever you do in the denominator, multiply it with the numerator also. So this becomes negative 2 into 10 is negative 20 by 30. This plus is there, plus negative 7 into 1, negative 7 by 30, ones are 30. Now both denominators are same, so you can directly do the operation on numerator. Here negative plus negative, the result will be negative. Add the numbers 27 by 30. This is the result. Now let us check the RHS part. RHS part, first you have to do inside the bracket, then add minus 5 by 6 to it. So inside the bracket you have to cross multiply. Negative 2 into 5, negative 10. This plus 3 3s are 9 by 3 5s are 15 plus negative 5 by 6. Here you will get negative 1 by 15 plus negative 5 by 6. Now 15 and 6, you have to find the LCM. Don't do cross multiplication. These are composite numbers in denominator. So find LCM. Composite number means composite numbers have more than 2 factors. Here 15 have factors 1, 15, 3 and 5. 6 have factors 1 into 6, that is 1, 6. 2 into 3, that is 2 and 3, 4 factors here. So here if the denominators are composite, you have to find LCM. If they are prime numbers, 3, 5, look, they are prime numbers. In such cases, you will cross multiply. Now 15 prime factorization, you will get 3 5s are 15, 5, that is 15 is equal to 3 into 5, that is 3 raised to 1 into 5 raised to 5, 1. Now 6, that is 2, 6 is equal to 2 raised to 1 into 3 raised to 1. So LCM is all the factors here. Which all factors are here? For both these two questions, that is 2, 3 and 1, 5. And their highest power, here all the highest powers are 1. So 1, 1, 1. 2 3s are 6, 6 5s are 30. Again LCM is 30. Now make this as 30. 15 into 2 is 30. So here also into 2. 6 5s are 30. So here also into 5. This becomes negative 1 into 2, negative 2 by 15 2s are 30. This addition is there. Plus negative 5 into 5, negative 25 by 6 5s are 30. The result is negative 2 plus negative 25. Here both denominators are same. So write down this denominator. Negative 2 plus negative 25 is negative 27. This is the result. Now look, LHS and RHS are equal. So what can you say? Rational numbers satisfy associative property for addition. That is A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. That is what associativity of rational numbers considering addition. Now let us check subtraction. Question is negative 2 by 3 minus negative 4 by 5 minus 1 by 2. We have to check whether it is equal to 2 by 3. That is negative 2 by 3 inside the bracket minus negative 4 by 5. Now close the bracket. Now outside negative 1 by 2. That is A minus B minus C is equal to A minus B minus C. You have to check it whether it is equal or not. Now this is LHS part. LHS. Negative 2 by 3 minus, inside the bracket you can do cross multiplication. Negative 4 into 2, negative 8, this subtraction. 1 into 5, 5, whole division, 5 2s are 10. Close the bracket, which is equal to negative 2 by 3 subtraction. This minus 8 minus 5, what becomes? Here it becomes addition and sign will be changed. Now minus 8 plus minus 5, that is negative 13 by 10. Now again it becomes, here it is 3 and 10, so cross multiply. Negative 2 into 10, negative 20. This minus negative 13 into 3, negative 39. Whole division 3 into 10. 3 tens are 30. Now, here the subtraction becomes addition and this also change its sign. So, positive 39 and negative 20. Subtract 20 from it, you will get 19. What 19? Plus 19 by 30. This is the answer, 19 by 30. Positive sign because 39 have positive sign. Now what about RHS? RHS, first you have to do inside the bracket. Then 2 5s are 10. This subtraction, negative 4 into 3, negative 12. Whole divided by 3 5s are 15. This minus 1 by 2. 10 minus minus 12 means it becomes 10 plus plus 12. That is 22 by 15 minus 1 by 2. Here again cross multiplying. 22 2s are 44. This minus 115, 15 by 15 into 2, 30, which is equal to 44 minus 15. This becomes plus and this is subtraction. Now smaller number subtracted from 44 and bigger number sign, that is 29 by 30. Here we got 19 by 30, here 29 by 30. So LHS is not equal to RHS. That is, subtraction is not associative for rational numbers. If it was associative, we can say A minus B minus C was equal to A minus B minus C. Here it is not satisfying. Next is multiplication of rational numbers. Question is negative 7 by 3 inside the bracket 5 by 4 into 2 by 9. And you have to check whether it is equal to negative 7 by 3 into 5 by 4 into 2 by 9. So here it becomes negative 7 by 3 into 5 2s are 10, 4 9s are 36. Here you can directly multiply because it is multiplication. 7 into 10, that is negative 7 into 10, negative 70 by 3 into 36, 108. Negative 70 by 108. Now what about this? First you want to multiply inside the bracket. Negative 7 into 5, negative 35 by 4 3s are 12 into 2 by 9. Here negative 35 into 2, negative 70 by 12 9s are 108. Both are equal. So you can say multiplication is associative for rational numbers. That is A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. That is associativity. Now what about division? Let us check 1 by 2 division, negative 1 by 3 division, 2 by 5. This is LHS part and RHS part is 1 by 2 division, negative 1 by 3 inside a bracket, division 2 by 5 outside the bracket. We have to check whether it is equal or not. Now here it is 1 by 2 division. Inside the bracket you have to change it as, this is LHS part, you have to change it as multiplication and this become reciprocal. 2 by 5 becomes 5 by 2. That is 1 by 2 division. Negative 1 into 5, negative 5 by 3 2s are 6. Again 1 by 2 division becomes multiplication. This become reciprocal. That is 6 by negative 5, which is equal to 1 6s are 6 and 5 2s are 10. One negative is there, so put the negative here. Negative 6 by 10. 6 by negative 10 means negative 6 by 10. Okay. There is no change in the value between 6 by negative 10 and negative 6 by 10. You can rewrite in this form. This will be written as this. Now considering RHS, that is, first you have to do inside the bracket. So 1 by 2 division becomes multiplication. Negative 1 by 3 becomes negative or 3 by negative 1. Close the bracket. Division 2 by 5 outside. This is 1 3s are 3. 2 into negative 1, negative 2. Division 2 by 5, which is equal to 3 by negative 2. Division becomes multiplication. This 2 by 5 changes to reciprocal 5 by 2. 3 into 5, 15. 2 into negative 2, negative 4. 15 by negative 4 means negative 15 by 4. This negative is for whole fraction. So you can write it as negative 15 by 4. Now is it equal? No, LHS is not equal to RHS. So you can say division is not associative for rational numbers. Next is the role of 0. We know any number or any whole number or any natural number or any integer added to 0, we get the result as the same number. Like that, if a fraction or a rational number, that is, if P by Q form is added to 0, we'll get the same fraction. That is, if it is 2 by 3 plus 0, you will get the same fraction 2 by 3 here. Generally, we can say A plus 0 is equal to A. 0 is called the identity for the addition of rational numbers. That is additive identity. 0 is additive identity. Now next is role of 1. Any number into 1 gives the same number. Generally we can say A into 1 is A. For a fraction also, that is a rational number also, 2 by 3 into 1 is 2 by 3. So we can say this is multiplicative identity. Identity, what is identity? The same as in the question. Here it is additive identity. We are getting the same question number here. So it is called the additive identity. 0 is the additive identity. Here also in the multiplication we are getting the same question value here. Here the question value is 2 by 3. The result is 2 by 3 itself. So this is multiplicative identity. Additive identity is 0. Multiplicative identity is 1. Now next, negative of a number. How will you get a negative of number? If 8 is a number, how will you get the negative of this number? Actually, the negative of this 8 is negative 8. We are getting it by multiplying it with negative 1. Then we will get negative of 8. That is negative 8. If it is negative 8, then again to get the opposite side. Actually, the negative of a number means the opposite sign of the number. If it is a positive number, negative of that number is negative. If it is a negative number, the negative of that number is positive. And we will get a negative of number by multiplying it with negative 1. So to get negative, the negative of a number is having another name, that is additive inverse. This is additive inverse. Negative or additive inverse. That is if A is a number, additive inverse is negative A. If negative A is a number, additive inverse or negative is positive A. So to get these additive inverse, we have to multiply a given number with negative 1. Then only we will get the additive inverse. Now there is some relation between a given number and its additive inverse. That is 7 is a number and its additive inverse is negative 7. While you add it, the result will be 0. If negative 6 is a number, its additive inverse means opposite sign. That is negative 6 into negative 1. You will get positive 6. And while adding these two, the result is 0. So you can conclude that A is the negative or additive inverse of negative A and negative A is the additive inverse or negative of A. That I have written here. Now to get a additive inverse, we want to multiply negative 1 with any given integer or a rational number. Then you will get its additive inverse. Now for if you want to check it in the rational numbers, that is if 2 by 3 is a rational number, then its additive inverse is negative 2 by 3. If negative 3 by 5 is a given rational number, then its additive inverse is positive 3 by 5. And what we have done here is we are multiplying it with negative ones. Then only we will get this additive inverse. In general, we can say if A by B is a fraction, then its additive inverse is negative A by B. If negative A by B is a fraction or rational number, then we can say additive inverse is A by B. Only thing is that it will be opposite sign. Now next is reciprocal. Reciprocal, I told you before, if 2 by 3 is given, 3 by 2 is its reciprocal. That is, numerator becomes denominator and denominator becomes numerator. And this is also called multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. Because the reason is, if you multiply 2 by 3 with its reciprocal, the result will be 1. So it is called as multiplicative inverse. A number's multiplicative inverse is its reciprocal. If a given fraction A by B, then its reciprocal or multiplicative inverse is B by A. And remember, their product is equal to 1. Also, 0 is a fraction or 0 is an integer. You can't say it have a multiplicative inverse because simply 0 means 0 by any number. Let it be 7 or any number. Now what is the multiplicative inverse? 7 by 0, and we know by 0, that is division by 0 is not defined. So we can say 0 do not have a multiplicative inverse. Now next is distributivity of multiplication over addition for rational numbers. Let us check it. We know distributivity of multiplication over addition means A into B plus C is equal to, we want to distribute this A to B and A to Z. So it becomes A into B plus A into C. Let us check with some examples in fractions. Negative 3 by 4 into 2 by 3 plus negative 5 by 6. Let us check. This is LHS part, and in RHS part we have negative 3 by 4 into 2 by 3. Negative 3 by 4 into 2 by 3 plus, that is this plus. Now negative 3 by 4 into 2 by 3 we have written here plus negative 3 by 4 into negative 5 by 6. This is, we have distributed this number to both the numbers inside the bracket. That is, negative 3 by 4 was written outside the bracket. Now we can say it as opening the bracket. That is negative 3 by 4 into 2 by 3. That we have written here. Now this plus negative 3 by 4 into negative 5 by 6. Now let us do LHS and RHS separately and check whether they are equal. Now LHS part, here negative 3 by 4, keep it there. Inside the bracket 3 and 6. 3 and 6 LCM. The LCM is 6, that is 3 is 6. 3, 1, 6 is 2, 3. That is 3 raised to 1. Here it becomes 2 raised to 1 into 3 raised to 1. The LCM is 2 raised to 1 into 3 raised to 1, which is equal to 6. Now, this you have to make it as 6, that is into 2. So, here also into 2. This plus is here. Now, this is already 6 in the denominator, so no change. Write it down, negative 5 by 6, close. That is negative 3 by 4 into 2 2s are 4 by 3 2s are 6 plus negative 5 by 6, which is equal to negative 3 by 4 into, here denominators are same, so you can directly add the numerators and write down the common denominator. That is 4 plus minus 5. 4 plus minus 5 is in the numerator. Result is smaller number subtracted from greater number and put greater number sign. Now it is multiplication. You can simply multiply the numerators and denominators. Here negative 3 into negative 1. Both are negative. So in multiplication it becomes positive by 4 6s are 24. Now 3 by 24. Now let us check the RHS part. RHS part is, first you have to do inside the bracket. This is RHS part. Inside the bracket we will get negative 3 into 2, negative 6 by 4 3s are 12 plus negative 3 into negative 5, positive 15 by 6 4s are 24. Now this is addition. We have different denominators. We want to see the LCM. 2 6s are 12, 2 3s are 6, 3 1s. Now 24, 2 12s are 24, 2 6s are 12, 2 3s are 6, 3. Now 12 we can write as 2 2s are the 2 square into 3 raised to 1. Now 24, 1 2 3, 2 cube into 3 raised to 1. Now LCM is, write all the factors. Now consider the greatest power. In 2 square and 2 cube is the greatest power. In 3 raised to 1 and 3 raised to 1, 3 raised to 1 is the greatest power. 2 cube into 3, that is 24. 2 cube is 2 into 2 into 2, that is 8 into 3. 24 is the LCM. Now here it is 12, so you want to make it as this LCM, that is into 2. So here also into 2 to balance. Now here it is already 24, no change. Negative 6 into 2, negative 12 by 24 plus 15 by 24, which is equal to, here denominator is same, so you can directly do the numerators addition. 1 is negative, 1 is positive. So you want to subtract smaller number from bigger number and put bigger number sign. That is 3 by 24. LHS and RHS are equal. So this distributivity is verified. That is A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. We have verified it. Also like that, we can write in the subtraction also, that is A into B minus C will be equal to A into B, like this. A into B, here it was addition, so we are writing plus here. Here it is subtraction, so write minus A into B minus A into C. This is distributivity of multiplication over subtraction. Now we can move to exercise questions.